Hey, back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, 1940 Britain. Last episode, we kind of set our starting budget preferences, talked a little bit about the goals for the 1940 campaign, and we designed and completed designing a battleship design. 16-inch guns, it's a pretty compact design. Skimped a little bit on the armor fore and aft, but everything should be well within the main belt. And 33 knots, okay range. Had to settle for mini bulkheads. Anyway, so this is our battleship. So this is a player design ship. One of the things about the patch notes would indicate that the auto design has gotten better. So let's take a look at let's see if it is. I'm going to, that the player design ship, the Hindustan class, it's awfully expensive. Maybe just to offer another cheaper battleship alternative. Let's kind of see what the AI gives us. If we use, say, the N3G3 hull, and how about 50,000 tons? Kind of wacky stuff will the AI do here under the supposedly improved auto design. Okay, well, the first thing the AI does is it gives me a 9-inch gun armed battleship with one 8-inch gun perched somewhere. So several 8-inch guns. There's an 8-inch triple. There's several 8-inch duals. Okay. I'm not too enamored of this. Minimum range. A little slower than I would like. Few bulkheads. Don't really need spacious crew. It's diesel powered. Torpedoes, apparently. Underwater tubes. Okay, well, 9-inch, that's just a non-starter. Okay. Discard that. Let's give it another chance. If I go 55,000 tons, will you put real guns on it? Try that. It gave me big something there. Oh my word. What have you done? Well, the first thing I see is it's put the aft deckhouse way back here, including one of the funnels. So basically, I can't fire main armament straight astern. 17-inch guns. Few bulkheads. Low range, slower than the last one. Alright. What'd you do for pitch and roll here, Mr. AI? Okay, not compared to a lot of AI designs I've seen. That's not a terrible weight offset, and pitch and roll is only a little bit above a combined 30. What if... What is this thing? That's an 8-inch gun. The 17's the 1 8-inch and one triple 4-inch gun. So basically no secondaries to speak of. These 17-inch gun turrets duals weigh a little over about 2,600 tons. What does a 16-inch triple weigh? More than that. What does a 16-inch? That's not what I meant. Dual, 2,200. Okay. How's about... Move this deck house forward. I'm just parking it here for a minute. I won't need this barbette. This gun seems silly. Oh, that's 2 funnels, isn't it? It's got engine efficiency. It's also got, well, the smoke isn't hurting too much. This looks superfluous. We're wanting a cheaper battleship here. How about 15-inch guns? No, I want... 15-inch duals. Does that actually weigh more than the dual 6? Oh, that's a triple. I'm not really trying to create, I'm just trying to kind of fiddle with the auto design some here. Get something serviceable. Aft weight offset 7%. I think this aft deck house can scooch up. Okay. Let's throw a few secondaries on here. If I drop to aux 2, can I get 31 knot. Yeah, I think we can get there. Let's drop Citadel to 4. Ugh. Drop anti-torp a little bit. 2. Corvette 3. Okay. It's got heavy shells. I'll just keep it at that. We can drop this. We can drop auto down a little bit. Tube 2's fine. TNT's fine. Okay, with this. What about a radar? Okay, got room for that. All right, this is all kind of semi-acceptable. Run. Probably, ooh, that's low end steering. What, Electro Hydro 1? Okay. Gotta get these bulkheads up. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. Let's drop down to the lower generation radar. Radar's heavy, it appears. Can I get away with dropping this funnel? 88.1% engine. I think I can live with that. I think I can live with that. Scrunch these a little forward. Let's bring this deck house right up to the forward deck house. Oh, I've got forward weight offset now. I'm fixing things in the wrong direction. Okay. If I try to move the main deck house, it's going to move both of them together. Let's scrunch these back a little bit. Okay, and if I can get just one little tick on this aft deck house. Aft offset 1. Okay, and we got 1,500 tons to play with. Can I get bulkheads up again? Yes, alright, that I can live with. What about range? No, not even close. It is about 60 million cheaper than the big battleship. Did I go? These are 15-inch guns. I think that's serviceable. So I did modify that a lot, but I do feel like the autogen design was better than I've seen many others before the patch for pitch, roll, and weight offset. Don't know if I'm actually going to build any of these, but there, it's a cheaper battleship option. I'll go ahead and save that. Let's see what it gives. That's the Canada class. Let's see what it gives us for a. If I go large cruiser, that's actually a battle cruiser hull. See what it gives me for a heavy cruiser. 19.5 tons. The Good Hope class. Give me something I can just use out of the box without fiddling too much. Oh my gosh, I don't like those torpedo launchers where they are. Okay, 70 million a copy, 9,200 ton, 36 knots. Okay, you know, I've noticed the AI really likes to skew towards few bulkheads. I'm not a fan of that. Super heavy shells, cordite. Well, that's not terrible, I guess. Barbette 1. And it's given me 9-inch guns. Okay. Stupidly far forward. Still have an aft weight offset of 14%. I'm guessing the pitch and roll isn't going to be very good. No. I've seen worse, but that's a big pitch. A lot of that weight, a lot of that roll too, is coming from these quintuple torpedo launchers perched right on the deck edge. I think I want to get rid of one pair of these. Okay. Let's move this aft deck house as far forward as we can. It's just a long deck house. Shaved about 5 million off. Well, that seems stupid. You can go away. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's move this back here. Okay. Let's put a bigger gun on that barbette. A 9-inch will not fit. Definitely not a triple. I think a dual 8 will fit. Kind of mixing calibers. Not loving it. I don't want to completely reinvent the wheel. All right, these guys can come back a ways and just set them a little bit back from the deck edge. I talked before about not doing the 3x triple design. We're kind of doing that here, but I've got this 8-inch to help aft. All right, I think once we plug a few secondaries, I'd like to get a 5-inch secondary. It won't fit there. Okay, we'll go 4-inch secondaries. Pop one there. Probably pop one. One right about there. One right about here. Okay. And then we should be able to fit some, maybe some 3-inchers up on the superstructure. Maybe. Why am I offset side to side? What's off? Starboard offset. No. Oh, that was okay. Smoke isn't so hot. What happens if I dump this funnel? 64%. Is that the biggest funnel I have here? Mega funnel light. Oh, that's the little. It's the little funnel. Okay. How about a mega funnel 2? Three. %. And I'm still getting smoke problems. It's not terrible though. Speed 36.2. Need some range, need some bulkheads. I think I can save a little weight here. Shaft 2. Sweater. Let's drop to Gen 1 radio. Advanced radio. Plus up the sonar for crying out loud. Stereoscopic or... Even for the mid-sized ships, the cruisers, I kind of feel like going coincidence is just like, sure, I'll fight within torpedo range, no problem. What happens if I bump up to stereoscopic 5? Okay, there's room for that. All right. Pitch and roll combined below 30. Weight offset is below 5. I'm not trying to make a player design ship here. I'm just trying to modify the autogen design. It gave me a good enough base to come up with a serviceable ship at 57 million a pop. I think the speed's okay, the range is okay. Don't like the bulkheads. Do I have room for more bulkheads? I do. How about max? No. I'm good with mini. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to fiddle with this armor anymore then. I think I'll just plus up the main belt till we hit our tonnage. Maybe give it a little superstructure. Yeah. I always like the conning tower to be a little bit more than the main belt. These can throw off, well, I mean, offset's already kind of fucked up anyway. Alright, the heck with it. I'm going with that. She's a little goofy. Would not be a very good player design, but yeah, it wasn't what I was looking for. This will work for our armored cruiser. And let's make a light cruiser. Modern light cruiser. 9,900 ton is fine. I would hope that the AI comes up with a speed at least that high. Ooh, 52.8% forward weight offset. What are you doing? And over 100 combined pitch and roll. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not even going to try to modify that. Yes, delete that. Try again, ship designer. Modern light cruiser. Aft weight offset 10%. Not terrible for the autogen. Oh, this pitch and roll is terrible. Where's that coming from? It's coming from a billion secondaries and some big torpedo launchers. Right. What's it giving me for main armament? Four-inch. Yeah, I'm not doing that either. Okay, you get one more shot here, Mr. Autogen. Modern light cruiser. I wish you could set, you know, I'd like to be able to set, I want a ship that has this tonnage with a specified speed and a specified main armament caliber, and then let it. I'd kind of like setting, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 4 characteristics set before letting the autogen loose. But right now it's just displacement, I think, is all you can do. And even then it may still come in below sometimes. It doesn't necessarily use all the weight. Well, it's slow. It's over 1,000 tons lighter than it could have been. So right off the bat, not impressed. It does have 7-inch guns. That would be okay. Although they're perched way fore and aft with a whole bunch of dead space in between. And pitch and roll are awful. But, I think maybe you can quickly modify this to something acceptable. Let's drop these. Drop those, they may come back. Let's just move the deck houses together. Change all the 7-inchers to dual. Man, that is still a huge forward weight offset. Just give her some more tonnage, maybe. Let's bring speed up some. That helps. I don't need that much. I'm at 37. Oh, I thought that would move the aft deck house with it. No? Okay. Back a little bit. Not really seeing what's causing the. I mean, it looks forward heavy, but 35% forward heavy. Is it in the armor? No. Well, I'm missing a turret back here. That's part of it. That looks like it's still well within the main belt. Okay, now we're kind of getting down into something livable, sort of. If I go with a quad torpedo launcher somewhere in this neighborhood. How about here? Okay, we're below 5 for aft. Well, our darn ship is overweight now. Drop to standard crew. Okay. How are we doing on guns? 7 inches are good. 1 3-inch and a smattering of 2-inch. It's not very good. few triple threes here and there. I don't want to go below half range on a light cruiser. Almost there. You know, 7-inch. For 7-inch guns. Okay. 300 ton to play with. Is there anything glaring? Natural boilers. Goodness sake. Okay. I don't think we need... I'm going to leave it. It's kind of what they gave me. You can drop the aux. Drop a little bit of aux. Steam steering. No. There you go. That's better. Live with that. Live with all this. Go heavy shell. Auto reload. 7-inch guns. She's gonna burn through ammo. Let's give her some increased. Okay. We've got some flash fire vulnerability here. Let's bump up Barbette 1 Scotch. And how's our pitch and roll looking? It's not great. I think a lot of that roll is coming from the torpedo launchers. Can't do much about that because I don't want to put a single launcher all the way forward or aft, obviously. What I can do though, no, if I swap positions, that's gonna throw this. You know what? It's not supposed to be perfect. I am going to live with this. What can go wrong? Let's just give it a little belt armor, get it up to 9,500. Maybe 1 on the aft belt. That didn't really help, did it? Either way. Good enough. Venus class. Light cruiser. Okay. We've got an expensive and a cheaper battleship. We've got a $60 million heavy cruiser and a little bit above $45 million light cruiser. I'm not going to do destroyers. Why am I not doing destroyers? Because on a per ton basis, they are super, super expensive. Okay? I mean, here's the highest battleship hull. Before putting anything else on or improving any of the, well, and just to get a comparison here, let's just put it on middle slider for range, bulkheads, quarters, all the lowest possible components. Just trying to, and just put it like half slider on range, speed rather. Okay. So just the base hull with mid-range sliders, lowest possible components, and just kind of the average what the AI does for armor. We're looking at 50 million for 33,000 tons. Okay, so this is somewhere in the ballpark of about $1,500 per ton. If I do Destroyer 4, well, that's the older one. Let's do the middle modern destroyer. Right, kind of do the same thing. Mid sliders, low end components, default armor. 6.8 million for 1,000 tons. So this thing is costing. Well, that works out to be about almost 7,000 per ton, more than 4 times as expensive as that big battleship on a per ton basis. And that's just inherent, you know. I mean, you can kind of build them to be cheap. You can build, you know, so it can vary a lot with your choices. But just inherently, destroyers are by far the most, and torpedo boats too, are the most expensive per ton warship, and that's kind of why I don't use them that much. Anyway, right, we have 2.8 billion. So I think we can do if I do 4 or 5 Hindustans, that's about half the budget. Do 4. Okay. 1.9 billion left. So 10 of these Good Hopes would be 590 million. Do 12. $1.2 billion left. Do 12 of these light cruisers. Okay. That leaves 655 million. My gut tells me that we want to leave at least 300 or 400 million as kind of our starting reserve. I'm going to do two of the cheaper battleship, the 15 inchers. Okay. Gonna want all these in North Sea ports so we can do all of the battleships. I'm sure that there will be room for all. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm sure there's room for all those in Scapa Flow or Scapa Flow. And it's typically one of the biggest ports. Oh yeah, Rosyth can hold 500 and almost 600,000 tons. Sunderland. Okay. How about we just put let's put all the heavy cruisers in Rosyth, and they're all going to move around. Come on. And we'll just put all of the, I think all these light cruisers should fit easily in Sunderland. And that leaves us a starting reserve of 325,000. This monthly balances means nothing because the ships technically aren't built yet. We haven't actually started the campaign. These sliders are where I want them. No shipyard stuff. Start the campaign. Okay. Let's sort by type. Wow. So the player designed the Hindustans. They're costing $8 million a month, and these cheaper battleships are indeed cheaper. I may just keep these four, and if I build any future battleships, they may just be these cheap ones. I don't know. If I remember correctly, none of our ships are really high range. Anyway, the fleet's in place, the campaign has started, and in the next episode, we'll see what kind of fights they get in. Thanks for watching.